Okay, so if you're in a toxic relationship, you may or may not even know it. You can spend years being in a toxic relationship and then you don't know it unless you're out of it. That is one thing you have to realize. It drains you and it actually messes up your perception of what's really going on. That's why you can't see something when you're in it, but someone else looking at your life, they can see what you're going through. But when you're in this shell, when you're in this cloud, it might not be clear to you what's going on. Your personal growth cannot flourish in the relationship. When you're in a healthy relationship, it's a safe haven for personal growth. When you're in an unhealthy relationship, that actually, you spend your energy and your time given to someone else to make them happy. It's like a vacuum. It just sucks it out of you. So if you were to stop and see what's really going on, do self-inventory, see that you're just giving yourself to someone else and they're not giving anything back. That's when you need to begin to realize now that you may be in an unhealthy environment and a toxic relationship. Let's go to number 2. Number 2, you feel like the energy is being sucked out of you. You should never feel like the energy is being sucked out of you. You should feel like when you're with someone that you can really feel comfortable with, that you just love so much and you want to make them happy, they want to make you happy. That's the way a real relationship should really be. And it really breaks my heart to see people that are not happy. That's why I'm doing this, and I love doing this for people, is helping them help themselves. So emotional and energy vampires, they thrive off of your being sad, I guess. I mean, being unhappy. They feel more empowered. They are insecure with themselves, so they feel the need to do that, and that just makes them feel more secure. It's hard to explain, but I'm sure if you're in a relationship, you know what I'm talking about. They don't get it. It's not all your fault. So someone that blames you for being angry all the time, someone that actually says, you know, you're the reason I get so upset, you're the reason I'm this way, you know, and just talk to you like this, and doesn't take any self-reflection on themselves. These type of relationships are a river going nowhere. Don't expect the light bulb to instantly come on one day and they realize, oh, okay, it's only going to serve to dim yours. And that's going to make you really just not happy and want to shed your skin, basically. Number 4, the conflicts and the arguments just keep popping up. If you always are having arguments and they're always popping up, remember, someone's bad behavior is no excuse for yours. So it takes 2 people to argue. Do you remember, have you ever heard of the carnival finger trap? Or the finger handcuffs, they used to have it, that you would put your fingers in. The more you pull, the tighter it gets. Just remember, that's what this relationship is. The more you get pulled, the more you're trapped. So don't someone pull you into their trap. Don't give in to their trap, and you will be better off. They have more power over you. No one in the relationship should have more power over you. You should have equal, it should be a mutual relationship, right? Not one dominates the other. You should feel like you have the most power over yourself, then you will actually feel empowered. Remember, if you give your power away, then you have nothing left to give yourself, because you are drained. Being drained and being in this kind of relationship does not serve you to be happy. Number 6, the negatives are not turning positive. So, I cannot wait for a person to realize that they can have better things in life. This is what I want for you. I want you to have the best possible way in life that you can have, the best possible path. With that in mind, you need to implement this technique of finding yourself and loving yourself more than anything I'm talking about today. Because if you do not love yourself, if you don't take time for yourself, I didn't used to take time for myself, and when I started meditating, taking time out by the pool, swimming, enjoying life, looking around at the trees, talking with you, helping people, not being selfish. That's when life is fulfilled for me. For you, it may be the same, and you don't know until you give yourself that opportunity. So do not be in the rat race of being in an unhealthy relationship. You'll be in automation. It'll be the same thing, there's ups and downs, and really the ups and downs will never get any better. The life of ups and downs needs to be life is really the rule of fun, and the exception is some arguments or some of this. You're always going to have that. That is normal. But Ed Foreman said life is for loving, living, and laughing. And I believe that. And if you frame yourself and you tell yourself that every day, you will begin to have this and have what you want. Be the director of your own movie. Don't live life by default. Live life by your design. Being in need is confused with being in love. Don't mistake someone's possessiveness, someone being possessive or jealous, as being in love. That is only feeling their insecurities and making them feel secure by being jealous, by being possessive, and that just actually puts this damper on your life. You don't need a damper, you need to enjoy your life. If you don't enjoy your life, everyone says life is short. That may or may not be true. We don't know when our expiration date is. However, I do say live every day as it could be your last, because you never know. Enjoy yourself every minute. That is the framework I want you to have, is to enjoy yourself and take these knowledge and these things with you, and you will not have a bad relationship. Share this with your special one, that you want to have the best relationship. Tell them today, hey, let's enjoy life together. You know, life is short, you can say that, but let's do this. Let's plan out these years together and have this blueprint of happiness. Let's do this. See what happens. Let me know. Comment below. Number 8, when the team gets losing, they get lost. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean, when everything is going rosy, they're there. But when tough times come, and tough times will come, they get lost. You need someone that you can have support with emotionally, and you can actually lean on, care for, they can care for you, and it's a mutual respect of this. If you don't have that, you will find yourself being drained and being in that toxic relationship. So definitely have someone that has your back. Know that, it's so nice to feel safe in a relationship, feel secure, where you don't have to worry about things, as people do when they're just dating and they have no rapport or love with somebody. That is just so special. And I know you know what I'm talking about if you're in a loving relationship, and how great and how much you cherish that. In this relationship, you feel worse, not better. You should never feel worse in a relationship. You should always feel as if you are really supported. If you feel worse, if you feel drained, if you feel like you're not happy, you've got to be happy, guys. I can't stress that enough. Really, this whole thing stems about your happiness. This whole thing today. If you're not happy with yourself, you can't make someone else happy. Your life is just being wasted to me, and I want you to enjoy your life. So with that in mind, you have to feel better about yourself when you're in a relationship. You can't feel like eggshells. You don't want to feel like you're walking on eggshells, because if you do, then the relationship's not worth it. Don't feel you have to settle or you have to have someone in a relationship just to have someone in a relationship. That is not really, you're not loving yourself enough when you do that. You really need to love yourself first. Then you don't need someone else to complete you, because you're never completed unless you're complete within yourself. Don't expect someone to take up the pieces that you don't have for yourself. Love yourself first, and things will just magically happen better. Let's go to the next one. Number 10, they focus on changing you. You should never want to change yourself. You should be who you are. That's what dating is about. When you're dating, you're letting the other person know who you are. When you let the other person know who you are showing them, this is who I am. So there's no need for change. You can always make yourself better, don't get me wrong. But there's no need to drastically change who you are just for the other person to fit their mold or to their insecurities. So put yourself out there and show people who you really are. You are a special person. Anyone that tells you different, don't worry about it. You are. I'm telling you you're special and you know it. Let's go to the next one. And I'm so happy to be talking to you today and sharing this with you because you are special. Let's go to the last tip, and that is never change yourself. Be better. Don't think you got to be what someone else thinks you want to be, or there's someone that will love you for you, and you are special. And I am happy to be here. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.